Listen, SB with the truth, it might pierce your mind. And JP hit you with reality all the time. The way to keep it all the way 100, it should be a crime. Sports, news, politics, on the show you will find. Conversation grown, opinions they not alone. Savannah be the home, they coming straight for your dome. It is what it is, gonna be what it's gonna be. You are rocking with the Sean Brown Show with JP.
From the East Coast to the West Coast, this is the #1 show on WQTS to the broadcast. It's the Sean Brown Show, live from Savannah, Georgia. That's right, from North Dakota to Texas, from Savannah all the way out to California. You catch us live Monday through Friday right here on WQTS to the broadcast and the TuneIn app. Shouts out to everybody. We are live. It is Friday, ladies and gentlemen. Another Friday. This is what, the second Friday in the year?
Second Friday in the year. That's right.
50 more to go. JP, Sean Brown, and Evans Davis here in the building, having a great time today. Hope everybody's doing well and enjoying and getting ready for the weekend. The snow's melted. The weather's nice here in Georgia. It was 70-something yesterday. So everybody's having a good time and enjoying it. Fellas, what's going on, man? I feel like I haven't seen y'all all week.
Well, I had to get. Oh, let me tip my hip. Okay, I can hear myself. I had to get Evans off the edge of that bridge earlier this week.
No bridge for me, buddy.
Golly.
No bridge for me.
I could have swore we was going to be here to talk about that Wednesday, but we weren't. So
we needed time to recover, but it is what it is. It's not the Falcons' loss.
True.
Nothing like, for those who think it's something like the Falcons versus Patriots, it's nothing like that.
Yeah, I agree. It's a vast difference. But you know, we weren't here Wednesday, so we got to talk about it.
Absolutely.
We got to talk about it a little bit.
Oh, we talk about
what's
it
done is done.
boss.
What's done is done, but we got to plug this a little bit. There's some real calls that college football's got to look at some of those plays.
Man, come on, man.
There's some things college football has got to look at, because some of those things that went through and you know, that offsides call that was made on that block punt.
Close.
You mushed the quarterback in the back of the head after a tackle. It's some personal fouls. A whole lot of stuff that could have been called.
You want to know the reason why they didn't call that? It was because he jumped, stopped, and then went ahead. It's almost like he hesitated. So that's why I didn't say anything.
But he still moved before the ball was snapped.
But it was Alabama's move first.
I thought it was great timing.
Yeah, it was perfect timing.
Yeah.
Perfect timing.
He anticipated the snap call, got it. And, I mean, you referees make mistakes, too.
Yeah, I mean,
but you don't make that many mistakes in one game. I'm sorry.
They've been making those many mistakes all year.
2 face mask calls, and obvious unsportsmanlike conduct, mushing the head of the quarterback into the ground. How do you not call that?
Guys,
when you look at it again,
they're human.
he mushed it. No,
guys.
I don't care about. I don't want to hear nothing about you being human. I'm talking about the one where he mushed his head. That's the one I'm talking about. He mushed his head, and the split second after he mushed his head, you see the referee walk into the picture, which means you were standing right there.
Have any of us played football before?
Flag.
Okay, then. All right. With that being said, there are things that go on in football every play that if you want to be sensitive, you can call on sportsmanlike conduct.
You're right.
It is a physical, dirty, grimy, all the way down to pushing the quarterback's head into the ground.
You're right.
I don't know about that.
It is.
But I think
that's the football player. Any football players out there watching, and I know you are, chime in on just how grimy it is when you land on top of somebody, pushing and pulling and grabbing things and spitting and cussing. And it's football. And it happened to show it on TV, so that has to be obvious. Why? Because the camera caught it.
Oh, but
see, I imagine if Eason had gotten up and had gotten irate about it, they was going to flag. My bad. I'm sorry. If Fromm had gotten up and made a stir about it, they would have thrown the flag.
Possibly. It's college. I don't expect those type of things. They could have called it, and the fact that they missed it, we saying they could have called it because it's our team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, touche. All right, let me ask your opinion on this one.
I don't agree with that.
Let me ask your opinion on this one. Mekhi Brown on the sideline before he made that amazing tackle that he made with one hand, got into it with one of the coaches on the Alabama side Alabama sideline, and had to be restrained. Mm-hmm. Should he have gone back in the game?
No.
Depending on who you ask.
No.
He made a game-saving tackle.
Nick Saban put him back in the game because it was a national championship. If they'd have been playing Florida, he'd have got sacked.
Hey, true. It is production-based business, college and pro. We're here to win. And, yes, at the same time, you want to teach these young guys, what it is to consequences and things of that nature. But one thing that I was talking to somebody the other day about this particular situation, and they was just appalled that the kid got back in the game, and that's not how Alabama cares more about winning. Do they care? Well, first and foremost, let's pump our brakes a little bit. And as a coach, as a head coach, I always told myself and my players, the first thing I'm going to do when something comes up is not overreact. You know? Hold on. Before we just start jumping, Yankee scholarship, he shouldn't. First and foremost, what did the coach say to this young man?
And that's what I want to know.
That
what
has
was
something to
said
do with
to
it
make
now.
him flare up like that? 'Cause
Seriously.
nobody just pops off. And then he blew up out of nowhere.
One, it's an intense game. It's an intense game in general, not just because it's a national championship. Two, as a former assistant coach, there are times where you don't say nothing.
True.
Because you ain't out there playing. Well, he should. This ain't the old days. I'm sorry. And if you can't adjust to today's guys, you probably need to get out of coaching. Well, they need to change, and you start talking about their parents. Well, the parents come in here and start telling you how to coach. The moment you start trying to tell them how to parent, even though the parents go overboard at times. Moral of the story is we don't know what happened.
Well,
It's
if you look
60
at
how
it
many
too,
guys on the football team?
60.
And you
60
think
guys?
Nick Saban, I know when I'm in the game and something going on over there, I need my assistant to handle it. I ain't got time to turn around and say, well, he can't go back in the game.
Yeah.
My mind ain't on that. Boop.
Well, see,
So
this
winning
is
the
what I
game.
noticed
Hey,
too.
stop.
Most times, the assistant coach or whatever employee that stands right behind the head coach during most of the game, he's not exactly up on the tier. He's the one to make sure the coach doesn't go on the sideline, pull the back.
Football is so many moving pieces, so many moving players, so many different people that has a job to do. Nick Saban's job is not to handle that in game during a national championship game. Now, I'm pretty sure he's going to go back and look at that, see what happened, and then make the proper call. Right now, I'm pretty sure Nick Saban's eyes will focus on this. Y'all deal with that. That's what I hired you for.
Yep.
And if you put him back in the game, that's your call, defensive coach. You know what I'm saying?
Good thing they did put it back in the game.
I ain't got time to say, okay, well, let me break this down. He shouldn't have got back in the game because he flared up. I don't know what was said. You know what I'm saying? The assistant could have said something.
But since when did that matter?
Since what matter?
Since when did that matter what an assistant coach said?
All the time.
Because at the end of the day, they're both adults.
All the time.
Okay,
Let an
but
assistant coach
you
say
handle
something to me.
okay, if you're both adults, you can handle it when
No,
you're
you
both
can't.
adults.
No, they're
After
not
that
adults.
clock
Not
hits
a
zero.
situation.
They're not
Look at NBA. Look at the players jump off on the assistants all the time.
They're not adults, first and foremost. Take that back. They're not paying their own bills. They're still kids.
Touche.
So even though they're
Valid
on
point.
TV and
And-
they're still kids. You're not an adult, so you're paying your own bills.
That
And
puts
taxes.
more validity in my point anyway. If you're still kids, you still have to sit there and humble yourself
Times
to
have
a
changed
coach.
back in your day, yes.
But why do times have to?
Because the parents ain't doing their job, for one.
Okay, that might be true, but still, if you're somewhat semi-adult and you're in college, somewhere
you should.
somewhere in your childhood, you had to know to
No.
have respect for your
No.
elders, no matter what you do.
No.
I completely disagree.
It's
about
a
that.
different day and age.
I don't care about no day and age. That's why we having so much problem with kids now.
You
Because we
preaching
sit
to
there
the
and we wanna-
choir about that. Your
Yeah.
reason is why should it matter? It matters in today's sports. Period. Why should it? Why should it matter? Because kids aren't raised like that. They raised from single parent households. They're allowed to do things because their parents think it may be a free check. You know what I'm saying? It's football. You're gonna get taught to like that, and they're still kids. Emotions run high.
Kids
I
need-
tell you, back in my day, even though I was raised right by mom and dad who were both Christians, let an assistant coach disrespect me like that. What you talking about? You don't talk to me like that. My mama did raise me like that. You don't say that, Mr.
Okay,
Assistant
but,
Coach.
okay, I
Don't
understand.
use your title
I
of power
understand.
now.
I understand you trying to say, okay, you ain't my mom and daddy. Don't talk.
No,
to me like
no.
that.
Disrespecting. What did
but-
he say?
Yeah,
Well, we don't
wanna
know what he said,
That's
but-
what I'm saying.
but-
So don't jump on 48.
Okay, I'm not jumping on 48.
I'm
I'm just
talking in
saying
general.
you're trying to be in the NFL one day, correct?
Now, who knows?
But
Who
for
knows
him,
he good enough?
For him, we don't know if he's good enough. But if he's good enough,
Yeah.
and he gets an NFL spot.
Let's say he's trying. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, and on national television, you're sitting there making a mockery and a fool out of your coach by swinging on him. Now, what NFL coach and organization will want that on their team?
It's a lot of bad boys in the NFL.
Yeah.
We know that. We know that. But they've been in there long enough to get that moniker of a bad boy.
But see, watch
Put
this.
it
How
this
many?
way,
How many?
Ray
Lawrence
Lewis.
Filler came in as a bad boy.
Exactly. How many players have
Back
gotten into
then.
altercation with their coaches? You just didn't see it or didn't hear
It's a
about
lot.
it. It
What
happens all the
was-
time.
Ain't nobody say that when Tom Brady cussed out Josh McDaniels on the sideline.
Exactly.
Oh, well, he Tom Brady. Oh, don't even hit me with that. I don't care.
Exactly.
I'm not saying
Well,
that's
he's
right.
Tom Brady. He won 5 Super Bowls, so that means you can just what?
Say
Now
what you
those are
want.
two adults,
Yeah,
professionals.
I'm not saying
This
it's
is a
right.
kid.
I'm not saying it's right, but it's hard to be big when little got you.
Touche. Touche.
You're still a kid. You're in college.
Yes.
You've been put on this team.
Right.
Okay. You can be cut, released, benched, all of that.
Coach, you can
So
be fired.
you decide.
Coach
Okay.
can easily be fired.
Okay, either way. So in that situation, the coach and the player needs to go. Because both of them are in the wrong for something like that to happen.
I think we need to see what
for it to happen like that on TV.
Just because it happened on TV, you need to be fired.
That's a situation where you got to find out. Okay,
it could have happened every day. It could have happened against Florida.
He couldn't have said something lighthearted for the man to react like that.
Who knows what
you got to find
but
out.
He's still in the wrong for reacting like that.
It doesn't matter. It depends what he said. If that man said something completely out of pocket, and I mean completely out of pocket.
Not saying that he did.
Yeah, we don't know what was said.
We don't know.
So
that's all I'm saying. Don't jump on the kid and say he shouldn't have got back in when we don't know. That's what we do. We just jump on him.
Okay, let me say what I would have done, and I think what I'm about to say, I think both of y'all would agree with me.
Okay.
If I want to sound like, okay, coach, let's say you my coach, okay, we hooping, and you come and you say something to me, and I don't agree with it too much,
right?
And I'm at a point where I would have done what this dude from Alabama did.
Okay.
What I'm gonna do. First of all, I'm not going to embarrass my school. Secondly, I'm not going to embarrass my. Hold on. Let me think
about that stuff when you're mad.
Okay,
I'm mad.
No, but it all depends on the person.
Level of intensity.
When I'm mad, I don't think about none of that. That's why I try not to get mad. That's why I am the way I am. If I get mad, somebody may die today, and it may be me. It may be you. I don't care at the time.
Yep.
That's ignorant and stupid and foolish. But when I'm mad, I'm mad.
But how much is it going to cost you in the end?
It may cost me my life.
I was saying, I think better judgment should have been used.
It should be. That's why I don't get mad no more. That's why I'm optimistic and positive all the time, JP. Thank God. Every day on this side of the grass is a blessing.
That's right.
Because back in the day when I was a little cat on the east side of town, if I get mad, that could be it. I'm not a bully. I'm just telling you how it is. Emotions ran high that game. We don't know what was said. Well, at the end of the day, he may end up not being at Alabama.
Oh, yeah, he was dismissed.
Was he?
Yes.
Okay, then. There you have it. But right then in the game, I ain't got time to worry about that. I'm going to tell a quick story because I know we got to move on. We're at a school last year when I was a head coach, and I had a certain player, for some odd reason, was upset with me because I was playing a kid over him. Now, I did that because I thought the kid gave us a better chance to win the game. This particular team played a zone. Mm-hmm. The kid who wanted to play couldn't shoot the ball as well as this other kid could play. So I said, coach's decision. I'm going to play this kid because he give us a better chance to win. In game, this kid started mouthing off to me. Now, again, I'm got a cat from the east side. I can't get mad here, JP. Better judgment came in. I tried to talk to him. What's wrong with you? I told you before the game, this is what we need to do to try to win the game. Mm-hmm. I can go to the locker room right now. I'm stunned because the kid ain't never talked to me like that.
This is a home game?
This is at that particular place. I can go to the locker room right now. I'm like, and I'm trying to talk to him. I'm like, huh, what are you? And the players are like, coach, don't worry about that. We're winning. Mm-hmm. And they dealt with that. And I turned my back and I calmed down and we went on to win the game. But at that particular time, that young man was not thinking. Mm-hmm. And if I wanted to fuel that fire on the basis that you shouldn't be talking to me like that because I'm the head coach and you should know better, you're not. Now, he didn't get back in the game.
I have a feeling I know who this was.
He didn't get back in the game, and we won the game, but that wasn't the time to address that. And that wasn't the time for Nick Saban to address it. It's the national championship. I cannot make a kid who lost his temper for whatever reason make me lose my focus on us winning the game. And that's all I'm saying.
I agree with that.
But since he got dismissed, obviously he was at
fault. I heard he got dismissed. I read it on an article that he got dismissed.
Okay.
I don't know how legitimate the article is. I just read it on an article.
As a coach, parent, whatever, and everybody to each their own. You got your own program. You run your team. You're the parent of your child. My whole thing was I don't want to be quick to overreact because I used to have a temper, and when that temper comes up, who knows what will happen, and that's just foolish. Better judgment will tell you, give it 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Now, if your back is against the wall,
yeah, you got to react. If you're in the corner, you got to react. But it's sometimes it's better to take a time
before we just that kid shouldn't have been. This Alabama, they care more about winning. Well, yeah, 7 championships later.
Well, Brown was quoted to say, "I really felt like a jerk. That's not how I am. I wanted to win. That's what it was. I did something stupid. I could have cost us the game. You have to be mature. I'm a grown man. I knew I had to make a big play to get my guys to wake up. That's what I did. That's definitely out of my character what I did." He's right on both.
After the fact. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No care.
No
care flair down here.
I really don't care. He was.
Emotions run high. He shouldn't have done it, but he did it, and we all have done dumb things in our time.
And guess what? We're talking about that more than we are his game-saving tackle.
Oh, that tackle was ridiculous.
But we're talking about his actions on the sideline more than we're talking about that tackle.
We are. They ain't. They talking about that championship.
Well, that's Saban and that
We're
quarterback.
losing teams, so of course losing team gonna
we
talk
talking
about that.
Saban. They wouldn't have had that championship if it wasn't for that quarterback.
It was
Y'all,
It's either
y'all
that one or
excuse
the other
us.
one.
him talking about
Really?
him.
Wow. Interesting
It was a
situation.
lot of, man, it was a lot.
Wow.
See, y'all just left me out, man. Y'all some
Well,
busters.
this ain't time for radio. I ain't putting
Yeah,
no water
yeah,
on the
yeah,
front
we're
stretch
not-
there,
yeah,
but
yeah.
It was a bunch of nonsense. I'll
Yeah.
tell y'all off
That's
record.
why, you know, it's cold.
Yeah, off record, and all the guys who were part of that team last year know about the drama. But I agree. I think Summer Neal said even if we don't know what the coach said, the young man shouldn't have been bigger men and walked away. Yeah, we say that. We don't know how this young man was raised. I tell you one thing, it trips me out when people used to tell me, well, you should. Have you ever grew up in the hood? Have you ever have you ever boiled water
Yeah.
to wash up in the kitchen sink?
Come on, man.
All right. Have you ever used the oven to heat your house?
Yeah, I have done that.
Okay, the whole
I have
house.
done
The
that.
house could burn down tonight, people. Y'all do understand that, but we got to stay warm. So don't sit here and tell me what I should or this should. Yeah, in a perfect world, two parents raising a kid and they tell them about respect and morals and this is what you do. But then we don't live in a perfect world, do we? Ask your boy number 45.
You're right.
Let him tell it. We live in a boot hole.
This, oh,
Yeah,
that guy.
that's a whole.
Yeah,
nother
we're gonna
story.
get to that one later in the show because that's gonna take some time.
Just don't chastise. Be so quick to chastise the kid. Yes, he embarrassed himself. That should be enough. Nick Saban should or will do what he feels is appropriate for his team, just like Popovich does for his team, just like Coach K does for his team, and Grayson Allen, just like all the other people who do what they do. They're in a position of leadership for a reason, and let them handle their business. Don't be so quick to judge. But my initial reaction, JP, was, "Oh, he ain't getting back in the game, man. You were sitting there right there when we saw
Yeah, I
him make
didn't
that
think he was
tackle. I
getting
was
back
like, he got back in there.
Yeah, and made it worth it.
Great tackle. So I just don't, as a coach, I just don't know what happened, and the kid should have, contained himself. But when the emotions run high, man, all bets are off.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Let's stay in NCAA. Let's get to NCAA basketball as it's in full swing. Conference basketball is rolling. He had two big upsets in the top 25 yesterday that are important to note because NC State and Oregon are on the upset banner today. They upset Arizona State last night. Oregon over Arizona State, 76-72. Arizona State was number 11. JP calls them now
Pretenders.
Who that? Oregon?
Arizona State.
Who's their coach?
Bobby Hurley.
Oh,
Pretenders.
yeah. I haven't been as on top of it as I should, but I don't think no one.
They are pretenders. Now, much respect to Bobby Hurley because he's a Duke graduate, probably top 3 point guard out of Duke ever. But you don't have many good. The only really good point guards ever came out of Duke was Johnny Dawkins, him, and Jason Williams. So let's go ahead and put that to rest. And Johnny Dawkins really wasn't even a 1; he was a 2.
Kyrie's pretty good.
Yeah, Kyrie's pretty. Yeah, okay, all right. I'll put Kyrie with Johnny Dawkins.
Was Tyus a 1 or a 2?
Oh, and Tyus too. Okay, so all right, top 5.
Top 5.
Hey man, stop trying to broaden my horizon.
Neither here
here,
nor there.
man. I'm
Go
trying to
ahead,
make a
JP.
point.
Go ahead, JP. You got it.
But it's easy. We sit here and we always talk about, when you're playing cupcake teams in non-conference, it's easy to be number 1 seed in the country, number 2, number 3, blah blah blah, because you ain't playing nobody. All that matters is what happens in conference. Correct? Is that not what we said?
Yes.
Now they are 1 and 3 in conference. Pretender. What's their
In the
like?
Pac-12,
Well, let's go and look at their non-conference schedule.
Their overall is 13-3.
Which isn't bad.
And they
Yeah,
played
it
some
isn't
good
bad when you play
teams.
Idaho State, San Diego State University.
San Diego State's a
ain't
good
bad.
team.
Ain't bad. Kansas State ain't bad. Xavier
Yeah, but you
ain't
won
bad.
90-68. So how good are they?
We could have had a good night. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how good San Diego. I know in the
You
past
played
they did
Kansas
good.
and won.
They beat Kansas by 10. Vandy. Vandy's a good squad.
They beat you. You telling me
You
they
played
beat-
Pacific. You played what's that? Long Island.
but we beat the number
Long
2.
Beach State?
But we beat the number 2 team in the country. Is that what you're telling me?
Okay, we beat the number 2 team in the country,
Who is we?
Duke.
Okay.
And then y'all lost.
So, how did it get to be in Duke?
Yeah, but
from
we
Arizona?
ain't 3 losses in conference. And plus, our conference is tougher anyway.
Right.
We play in the
So you
toughest
don't expect them to lose
conference in it.
Okay, so let me ask this. So is everybody compared to Duke
No,
on JP's side?
no,
Okay.
absolutely
why-
not. Everybody would be compared to Duke if we're the number 1 team in the country.
I didn't know there was a contender for a championship.
Yeah.
Who?
I didn't know Arizona was perceived to be a contender.
They were number 3 in the country.
If you're ranked number 3 in the country, you got to be something.
But they dropped to 11.
But you dropped to 11 because you lost 2 in a row and then another one after that in the conference.
That fluctuates as it get closer to the end of January and early February. That'll give you an idea who has a chance.
Yeah, because they're third to last in the Pac-12.
Yeah.
Now, let me use, since you want to bring up Duke, let's use Duke. Duke is 1-2 in conference after losing to Boston College, NC State on the road, and then we beat Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
So we're 1-2. However, we are in the hardest conference in the country. But the Pac-12 ain't as hard as the ACC. Let's just go ahead and put that out there.
Touche. It's still early, though.
And we still have to play Virginia, North Carolina. We still have to play Miami. We play Miami Monday. We play Miami on the road Monday. So I don't expect us to be number 1 in our conference. And, all we have to do is make the tournament. That's all we have to do. But being Arizona State, a team that we wouldn't have even expected to be top 5 in the country, before the season started, if I'd have told you, okay, Arizona State was going to be number 3 in the country at one point, would you have believed me?
I don't know. I haven't been keeping up with it, so I can't say.
I'm talking about beforehand, before a game was even played.
But
I would say possibly because anything's possible. That fluctuates so much. I mean, how many number 1s have we had thus far? Different number 1s.
Everybody that's been number 1
2,
is lost.
3.
That's it.
Every number 1 is lost.
Michigan State.
Us, Michigan State, Villanova.
Now who's won now?
Villanova.
Okay.
No, Michigan State. I'm sorry.
Sure?
And they just lost.
Yeah, and they just lost.
So,
so Villanova will go back.
It fluctuates. I mean, I always say just like in college football, which doesn't have as many games, you can be one, lose early, work your way back up, and still be a top seed in the region. So it's. I guess I haven't paid close to. I haven't even seen Trey Young play. I've seen the highlights.
Trey Young is a monster.
Kid is a beast.
I haven't sat down and watched the game.
Jesus Christ!
Trey
I have to just watch SportsCenter.
Trey Young, Marvin Bagley. It's some talent.
I've seen Marvin Bagley.
Marvin Bagley is a monster, sir.
He's going to the Hawks. If we had a chance to pick Marvin Bagley or Trey Young, Bagley.
Yeah, hands down.
Period.
Other scores in NCAA men's basketball: Wichita State over East Carolina, 95-60.
Wichita State's pretty good.
Yes, they are. The Shockers have been, ever since that run they had, they've been a solid squad.
They play hard. They play tough. I watched a little bit of that last night.
Portland lost to Gonzaga, 103-57.
Who?
Yeah. Oregon State lost to Arizona, 62-53 is final score. That just said NC State beat Clemson. Only reason Clemson lost that game, free throws.
Be like that sometime. Great game, NC State. You got to capitalize.
This
on
dude,
that.
go back so I can see his name, so I can pronounce Yurtseven.
Omar Yurtseven, yes.
That dude is the truth.
For NC State, yeah.
He is the truth.
I watched a little bit of that too. Mm-hmm.
Man, you should have watched him against us.
Really? Did good against Bags?
Man, listen. No, he was. Wendell was on him.
Oh, didn't want to get Bags in foul trouble.
Right.
Well, let's look forward to the weekend in the MEAC.
MEAC.
MEAC basketball is cranking
Get
up.
some of this MEAC.
It's a lot going on.
Favorite conference.
Yes, the MEAC and the SWAC. JP loves the HBCUs.
All the
Tonight, Delaware State.
records.
Tonight, Delaware
leave me
State's
alone
on
Leave me alone
Hampton,
now.
7 o'clock in Virginia at the Convocation Center.
You better win. You know what I'm saying?
Hampton is just lost to Maryland Eastern Shore in big time up. I think it was Maryland Eastern Shore. Big time upset
20 and 100.
to open up the conference basketball. As Hampton was one of the top, suspected to be one of the top 3 teams.
Hampton holds it down every year, though, don't they? For the most part.
They do. They're in
They've done a good
preseason.
job.
They were number 3. I believe Morgan State was picked to be number 1, who Savannah State lost to by 1 at the buzzer, and Central's supposed to be number 2. So they play tomorrow, and then tomorrow's action. You got FAMU at Bethune-Cookman, 4 o'clock.
8-9.
Coppin State at North Carolina
Coppin
Central.
State won?
No. Oh, yes.
Coppin State won.
They won? They won a
I told
game?
y'all Coppin State were going to win.
Coppin State beat FAMU by 1 point.
Look, and as a coach, you do not want to be there for a win.
Did they storm
Boy,
the court? I want to know if they
listen,
stormed the court.
Did they play at home?
All 15 fans they had in there. I watched that
Hey,
game.
don't be
no,
ugly.
when they played Savannah State, it was like 15 people, and it was terrible. It looked like it was bad. And they have a gym like
Coach Dixon to get through this, and I am anxious and curious to see the finished product because this will be remembered, and he'll remember that. So he'll. I'm optimistic he'll change his round. It's his first year, but
I'm looking forward to seeing it at a tournament. What they put together.
You never know. You never know.
MEAC tournament is always fun to see. Last year I didn't get to catch a lot of the men's games because our men's team didn't go. But this year our men's team is going, so it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'll be there with the band.
North Carolina Central. Is that Quay?
No, Quay is at A&T. Quay Lardy's playing for A&T, who is 1-0. in conference right now.
8-8.
A lot of games were postponed due to the weather.
Right, and
but,
they won like one game last year too, or something like that.
Yeah,
they were bad.
A&T struggled last year.
That's improvement.
So they're making progress. They play Morgan State, who's the preseason #1 team in the conference tomorrow.
Okay.
Savannah State hosts Maryland Eastern Shore, who's also 1-2. Savannah State 1-1.
Is that today?
That's tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
6 o'clock, 4 and 6.
At Savannah?
Women play at 4. Yep. Women play at 4. Men play at 6. Let me know if you guys want to get in. And I'll take. Of course, we'll take care of each other.
Still need my press pass.
It's hanging up on a hook in there because I don't use it. But
I didn't even know it was there. What?
but you have to work tomorrow, correct?
I get off at 7.
Oh, so you'll miss that anyway. It'll be halftime. The women played a game that was an hour and 10 minutes long the other day. It was crazy.
That's running
no
gun.
calls.
No shot clock.
No,
used.
they called 48 fouls and still played an hour and 10-minute women's basketball game. It was insane. Completely
Where's the
caught me off
shot
guard.
clock at?
They just kept
Can
shooting.
you use it?
They just kept shooting. But, folks, the most important thing going on this weekend, it's the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. That was your cue for the sound effect there, sir.
He dragging. He's still stuck on the kid from Alabama.
Hey, man, you know what? You leave me alone right now.
Big games to look forward to this weekend. The Patriots welcome the Tennessee Titans tomorrow at 8:15 p.m. on CBS. Tom Brady looks to take on Marcus Mariota.
Blowout.
Yeah, I think that's going to be an ugly game.
If New England don't blow them out, you ought to be ashamed of themselves because Kansas City still are ashamed of themselves.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. JP, what are you predicting out of that game since you're being a Patriots fan?
Tennessee, New England? I think New England will win.
Does Tennessee stand a chance, though, to win this game?
Maybe.
Anything's possible.
Any given day?
Any given Sunday, my man. Any given Sunday. But I think that the Patriots are going to come out here and thoroughly whoop up on them. Tennessee don't have nothing.
It's going to be interesting to see. The early game on Sunday, 1:05 p.m., Jacksonville at Pittsburgh. This is the game I'm looking forward to the most the entire weekend. Not because we live so close to Jacksonville, but the Steelers, Jaguars. I think the Steelers are really sleeping on the Jaguars.
I don't think so. After what they did, didn't they beat them earlier this year with 5 interceptions? Is that the game?
The Jaguars beat them earlier. But
Yeah, I don't think it's playoffs. I don't think so right now. I think they've seen enough of Jacksonville to realize that you're going to have to play. You know the defense is going to be stout.
And they beat them with Antonio Brown.
No. And he'll be back. This is the playoffs.
Yeah?
I don't think they're taking them light. I think it ought to be a good game. Pittsburgh, they might pull away on this one. I got Pittsburgh winning this game 28-10.
28-10, Pittsburgh. I'm going Jacksonville overtime. This game goes to overtime by a field goal. Jacksonville wins.
Okay.
JP?
I got Pittsburgh like 34-14.
Okay.
34-14. Okay.
It's possible.
So you're predicting a good day for Big Ben.
Yes.
And make Blake beat you.
Yes. Now, see, that's the thing. If Blake Bortles has a good game,
They can score.
Jacksonville wins. Hands down.
Yeah, they still have to play defense, though. Even the defense is good.
Their defense is
His defense is very good.
Jags.
That Jags defense is ridiculous.
It's very good. I don't take anything away from that, but you are playing in Pittsburgh, and you are playing against. Are we putting them in the top 3 elite quarterbacks in the? We're not putting Ben there.
No.
Wow. Okay. I still think they win.
Drew, Aaron when healthy,
Are the 3 elite. Everybody else is a tier down.
followed by Carson Wentz
Roethlisberger
at 4.
Yeah, 1 year then he elite.
I mean, over Ben. I put Carson Wentz over Ben.
Not yet.
No, you're not putting Carson Wentz over Ben. I'm sorry.
He had a
You're not
good.
doing
Yeah, I
that.
need to see a little bit more consistent.
Yeah.
Great year though. I mean, Matt Ryan had a great year. He's not elite.
Ben Schuster.
I put Matt in the top 10.
Yeah. Now top 10.
Yeah,
now, I just said
yeah.
those 3. Those 3 guys have done this over a period
What are
of
you
time.
doing?
They've done this. They've done this consistently over a period of time.
Oh.
So that's why I put them in the elite. They've won Super Bowls. They've made the throws. Those are the only 3 guys, in my opinion. You guys can tell me otherwise. That you can week in, week out, empty the backfield and watch them pick you apart.
Yeah.
You said Drew
Ben can't
Brees.
do that.
Drew Brees, Matt. You said Drew Brees,
Tom Brady,
and who's the third one?
Aaron Rodgers.
And Aaron Rodgers. Yes.
Everybody
Yeah,
else.
that's
Now I ain't saying Ben's not second tier is not bad to those 3 elite. Elite is elite, and we use it loosely today. So he's elite. He's elite. No, he ain't elite. Oh, he's great. He thinks not great. He's really good, My goodness, how you just gonna get great? And people use the emoji of the GOAT too often too, but that's a whole.
Oh, I
other story.
agree. Yeah, that's
here to go. No, you had one good season. That's exactly what it was. How many times did Lou Williams score 50 in his 13-year career?
True.
Like 5,
True.
4, maybe.
He's got 3 this year.
50-point games.
No, 1 this year.
Okay.
I was looking at it earlier. I was
He
looking
may
at
have
the
one
stats
for
earlier.
his career, fellas.
Single double.
Oh, but he's great.
Yes, he is.
But he's the GOAT.
Nah, I don't know about
Oh,
GOAT.
no, wait a
He
minute.
might-
That's how people. I'm using.
You
that
can't
as
even
an
call him the
example.
greatest 6 man of all time. No.
No, but he's having a great year. He's a heck of a player.
Oh, he could play.
Without a doubt. And I'm not knocking Lou. I'm just using that as an example.
Yeah, he'll be.
So, but Ben's right up there. Ben, and I think Ben's in the category with Matt Ryan, Russell Wilson. Who else is out there? Those 3.
There's not many left. Rivers.
He hasn't won a championship. But yeah, Rivers is a good passer, and then I guess Eli before this year.
He's past his prime.
He passed his prime, but
Yeah.
but he's one of those quarterbacks.
Early Eli.
I bet he'll look good in Jacksonville.
I think Kirk Cousins look better though.
Yeah, but you don't want him to lose. You don't want him to leave Washington.
I don't, but
But
it's,
what is your coach
business
saying?
is business. Yeah, it's business.
Not for 1 year.
Yeah,
If you're gonna sign long term, we're gonna let you go.
yeah, it's business. I get what's about to happen.
And keep milking us, holding us hostage, which is very smart by Kurt.
Yeah, I mean his backup. Who's his backup? Colt McCoy.
Yeah, boy.
Your boy.
I mean he's a winner. We know that.
We'll take it.
Can he win on the NFL level? He
Yeah,
hasn't had a chance
boy.
yet.
Go get Keenum.
Yeah, that's true.
Case.
That's yeah.
Case dismissed.
In the NFC, Falcons at the Eagles this Sunday, 4:35 p.m.
Turn up,
on
birds.
NBC.
Big old hands peeking.
Shut up.
Number 6 Falcons versus number 1 Eagles. Carson Wentz is out still,
Milk dud here.
so this is going to be interesting to see. Can Nick Foles lead the Eagles against the Falcons?
This gives us a chance. I feel better with Wentz being out, and why wouldn't I? And the way the Falcons played last week gives us hope. But again, we have to wear that 28-3 debacle until we do something. So it's going to be interesting. But don't think I'm not rooting for the Falcons.
Oh, of course, you got to pull for the home team,
Of
just like we
course.
pulled for the Bulldogs. But I just had to start. In 20 years, we're going to be watching NFL films, and they'll say the biggest meltdown in Super Bowl history: the Atlanta Falcons.
Absolutely.
It's 20 years from now. That's what's going to
That's
say.
right.
Man.
Until you win one, no one's going to forget. Look, John Elway lost 4 Super Bowls. Then he came back and won 2 before he retired. Ain't nobody talking about them 4 lost Super Bowls. They talking about them 2 he won. Now he's an executive and the blah, 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 blah. Everybody likes a winner. And when you win, things like number 48 blowing up on the sideline of Alabama gets
Yeah, it gets washed away. If they had lost, they'd have
different
blamed him forever.
story.
Just like they blamed 14 from the Georgia Bulldogs defense
Yep.
for losing the game, even though it wasn't his fault.
But, fans are the fans. It's just so many people, fair weather fans, and I don't get caught up in all that because social media and all that is just entertainment to me. I don't need likes to feel good about myself. But people get just. I mean, and sports brings us together, and it's just so passionate. And this team this and that team that. I said, boy, I wish y'all would hold y'all own personal lives as high as you hold these athletes and these teams.
I'm giving like,
But you don't hold your personal life to that standard, do you? Oh, but don't nobody want to talk about that. We get quiet, and then we change the subject. But you want to talk this and that. But that's sports, and that's part of it. So it's just something I thought of, and I threw out there. It just dropped the mic and shut the conversation down for a second. And that's all I want to do, get your attention. Hold yourself to that same standard you hold your favorite team.
He just roll his eyes. God, bro, are you reading people now, bro?
all right. So here's the
Just
question:
keeping it 100.
what do the Falcons need to do to beat the Eagles on Sunday?
The same thing they did last week.
Or what the Cowboys did last game of the season.
Either one will suffice. Either one will suffice.
Yeah, we need to. I mean, we played with some energy and enthusiasm. We played consistently. I think, that was the highest scoring team in the league.
Yes.
Now, even though they didn't have that playoff experience, it's not the Super Bowl. It's the playoffs.
It's another game.
It's just another game. And Falcons, I think the Falcons, they came and they were healthy, and we played well together. We were consistent. I think the play calling was good. I think Sarkisian's starting to find a little bit of a rhythm, and we have to do that if we want to beat the Eagles. They still have a pretty good defense, and they're going to try to run, establish the run, and that'll open up the play action fake and the little screen passes for Foles, because he is capable of having a great game. He did throw
the
7
kick and play,
touchdowns
yeah,
a couple of years ago. So it is in him. We just don't want that to happen this week.
JP?
We talking about Saints Vikings or we talking about Atlanta still?
We're about to talk about Saints Vikings.
Okay,
We're
talking about Atlanta.
Just your take.
Atlanta needs to do the same thing they did last year. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Okay, last week.
They've been there before. They can do it again.
Do it again.
If it ain't broke,
Come on, Ty.
All right, Drew Brees and the Saints take on the Minnesota Vikings at 4:40 on Sunday on Fox.
Good game.
I know
That's
where
gonna
I'm
be a
going.
Chicken
fun one.
wings,
I know where I'm
ribs.
going. Crawfish etouffee.
What?
Your treat.
My treat? Let me think about it.
Hey, you rich.
No. I got enough cigarettes last week.
Crawfish, shea touffee.
Crawfish etouffee.
Crawfish, shea touche.
No.
This is going to be a good game to watch.
Etouffee.
This should be a high-scoring matchup. We'll see what Drew Brees can put together against the Vikings and see who will go on to take on the winner of Atlanta and Philly. The NFC
I'm
is
with
still
the
a pretty
Saints,
good
by the
toss-up.
way.
Yeah,
I am too.
I want to see Saints Falcons.
Even with that defense, Drew Brees is elite. Whenever you got an elite quarterback in the playoffs, there is a chance that guy can beat you.
Every time.
Period.
Although he's throwing less than he's thrown throughout his whole career, I still want to see. I want to see Saints Falcons going at it for a chance to go to the Super Bowl.
I'm sorry, Summer.
Panthers defense was pretty good on their running game. Don't do my Saints. We got this. Don't do my Saints.
No, we agree with you. We're going with the Saints.
We're calling the Saints
Beignets
to
for
win.
everybody.
Beignets.
Yeah, man, you ain't never had no beignet.
Bourbon Street's going crazy.
You don't know.
You don't know? You ain't never had no beignet?
Hey, mama.
You don't know what you're missing?
Mama's a beignet.
Wait, guys.
Yes, I have, JP. And they are. Yes, that's right.
Delicious.
Absolutely.
Beignet.
You ain't never had a beignet?
I've had Ben Gay.
Whoa.
You been good?
The cream you
Of
roll on,
course.
rub on your elbows.
That
for
warms
arthritis.
up your,
Yes.
it gets your mind off your soreness.
Icy hot,
JP,
all
Me
that good
too.
stuff. You smell it in the locker room.
JP's out of his mind, people. You got to bear with
All right,
us.
beignet.
Moving to basketball and your Cleveland Cavaliers,
Man, these Cleveland Cavaliers, man.
That's JP
What's
team.
going on with JP? What's going on with the Cavaliers, man? 2 losses and 25
Wait a
plus
minute.
back to
They're your
back.
team
Wait a
now.
minute.
You're
First
a
of
LeBron
all-
guy.
No, who?
You.
That Al? No.
You're not a LeBron guy?
No.
Who's your guy?
Man, right now I'm a Knicks fan through and through forever.
So you don't have a guy.
If I had a guy, it'd be Antetokounmpo. I like him. I like that cat.
He's been gay.
And they're not playing. I'm a little disappointed in Milwaukee.
I am too. I expected
But they
a
get-
lot more domination.
they get
Can you
Par-
pull
but I
up-
think they're
can you
waiting to
pull
the
up
They
playoffs.
get Parker back in a couple of weeks.
That'd be a good one. That'd be good.
Yes.
That'll help. Where
If
are
it wasn't
they?
for him going down,
That's
man.
what, 7th seed?
Yeah. No.
6th seed.
Detroit is a 7th seed?
Detroit's the
Well,
7th.
you know,
Detroit is
we all
quietly.
said that it's a 2 to 3 team race.
Yeah.
Boston, Cleveland, Toronto.
Yeah.
Anything 4 on down is a coin toss.
And
You
if
got
Boston
Miami.
keep messing around, Toronto will get that number 1 seed right out from out their pocket.
Boston's doing some real good. They could. Toronto, the way they handled, I don't know what's going on in Cleveland, but I'm sure
They're gonna figure it
Kyrie's
out.
happy to be out of that.
Oh,
Yeah,
very
absolutely.
happy.
Like I said, there's always something now.
But here's the question, though. The rumor mill is rolling right now across the NBA and across the Boston
Full
Celtics.
steam ahead.
Is Gordon Hayward going to be back this season?
No.
I wouldn't.
I
He's
wouldn't
out of
even
a
do it.
boot. He's already doing workouts.
I mean,
No.
if he's healing he's healing well, and the doctors clear him, sure. But I wouldn't rush him back.
No, I wouldn't
Now,
rush him.
if he's healing, he's healing really quickly, and he looks good, and sure, but I wouldn't rush him back.
The only way I bring Gordon Hayward back is if we're down 2 with 2 minutes left in the Eastern Conference Finals in Game 7. That's the only way I bring him back.
But then he still got to get a rhythm.
That's what you practice
that's a
for.
delay.
But you're down 2 with 2 minutes to go. I need 1 clutch bucket from you. Then I'll put you in. I don't risk him re-injuring that injury, and then he's out for a longer, extended period of time. I mean, he's healing
Because you
quick.
want him to come back and play full speed. You don't want him to come back and be scared to go to the
So look at it this way: we ain't even reached halfway point yet. So we got a
That's
whole.
what I'm
nother-
saying. That's a long
we got a whole-
time
If he's
left.
rest of
healthy,
the
I'll
season-
play him. He wants to play. If he's healthy, I'll play him. I mean,
I'll
when I
take
say
that
healthy,
risk.
I'm not saying 75%. No, he has to be healthy.
Yeah.
I don't take that risk.
Well,
If
he's
he
no
healthy,
longer
I'll play.
wearing the stabilization brace on his left ankle.
Nah,
we
I mean,
we
that's
thought
good.
we thought Derrick Rose was healthy.
Derrick Rose
we
hasn't
thought
been healthy
was
since.
I'm talking about after the first injury, not after the third injury.
Well, he
I'm
got
talking about after the
injured
first.
again.
But he had
He got
injuries his whole
injured again
career.
right after
And
that.
you can't control that.
So that's what I'm saying.
Whether
I
you
don't
hold
even-
him out or bring him
I
back.
don't even put the possibility out there. I let this man recuperate the second half of the season. If I need him, if we make the Eastern Conference Finals and I need him, we will play you. If not, and we seem like we floating through to the NBA Finals, then I might play you in the NBA Finals.
Yeah, he might more liable to get hurt just throwing him out there in that situation than getting into the rhythm because you got basketball,
Exactly.
unlike football, you got to get a rhythm.
Time.
Yeah, you gotta get rid of
To
it.
get
And
your
you're more
wind
like
back, your
and you're more likely to
legs.
get hurt.
Given time, if you monitor it, like
Yeah.
who did we think Isaiah Thomas would be back as? You
No.
know, so and
He did
we'll
come
see
back early.
how that turns out.
He came
'Cause
back very
he's-
early.
They're building him. They're ramping him up. They're not just
And-
throwing
Yeah,
him
but
back
in his
in.
first game back, he had 17 points in 19
which could
minutes.
have been a fluke, and then after that, he ain't done that since. Because
Yeah.
it's such a fine line, and it's so delicate. You just don't know. I agree with you, JP. If he is healthy, and I'm not talking about he can play. No, I'm talking about if he's healthy and they clear him to play, I'll play him. I'll put him out there, let him get a rhythm going into the playoffs, going into next year, knowing what he has. So if anything else happen, you'll have the summer. But if he's not healthy, if he's not 100% or as close to 100% as we can get in the
I
90s,
need him 110%.
yeah. But right now, why? Those young guys are playing well. They're
Yeah.
playing the
Yeah,
conference. The
yeah.
question
Already
going
number
to
one in the
be when
conference.
he gets healthy, what do we do now? That's going to be the question. You can go small, I guess, because that's three small forwards that are really playing well.
Gotta
I
adjust
love
the
Tatum.
lineup.
Tatum's going to be a stud.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jalen Brown's coming along.
Yes, he
And then
is.
you got Gordon Hayward. That's three small forwards.
They've got the pieces.
Now you can go small and put your boy at the center, Horford at the center, and then just have all those
Now,
perimeters. which is good.
do you ride this wave with Brown
Absolutely.
and Tatum?
Absolutely.
And then maybe if one of them get hurt, you consider bringing Hayward back? Because right now, the way they're playing at 34-10, there's no need for him right now.
Even
they're
if they
rolling.
get hurt, if he's not healthy, I'm not playing him. It's a big picture. We just
I
signed
agree
him.
with you.
We just signed him big time. We think in the big picture.
Yeah.
And even if this year doesn't go how we wanted to, we did lose our guy. Those guys are playing well. Hopefully they'll continue to grow as players, which so far so good. They haven't been in a series yet or a playoff. And Brown has, but Tatum hasn't. Yeah, even if he got hurt, if Gordon's not healthy, I'm not playing him. It's business, and I'm
It's
gonna
gonna be
protect my
interesting.
asset.
I'm looking at the bubble team right now in the Eastern Conference. Philly. That's and I said it earlier this year. I said Philly's going to be the team to watch. Philly might be that team when they come into the playoffs. They get that 7 or 8 seed and they knock somebody off.
I'm looking for
Not New York though.
Charlotte, New York, and Philly are all
Charlotte.
going to be battling for that A spot because Indiana could slide up or
Get off my
down.
neck.
They've
Get
had
them
some
off you, New York.
They've had some impressive wins. They've had some bad loss. Indiana's surprising some people. Detroit's quiet up there. Milwaukee, I think, could continue to get better. Washington, hopefully, will find their groove. But I think that 9th, 10th, and 11th spot should be interesting with Philly, New York, and Charlotte because Charlotte was a playoff team last year, were they not? So, whatever's happening there, maybe
First round.
they added Dwight, and maybe they'll find it. Knicks could. They could. Who knows? I'm hoping they do, but I would like to see Philly in there.
So here's the question, and while we're talking about Boston, talking serious basketball, Paul Pierce's jersey is scheduled to be retired February 11th.
Okay.
It's also the day they play the Cavaliers again.
Right.
Paul Pierce is adamant about the fact that he does not want an Isaiah Thomas tribute video played during that game.
It's his prerogative.
And I agree.
If he doesn't want it, Boston should honor that. I ain't going to say they should because
Well, he wants to see highlights of his career throughout the just like they did for Kobe.
he
But
could
Paul
just
Pierce,
go.
you're not Kobe.
You're not.
sorry.
You never
Kobe
have.
never played for Boston either.
If you would have. And done
Paul
the things
Pierce
he's
was
done.
Boston's Kobe.
Paul Pierce, well, that's the I agree to an extent. But Paul Pierce didn't really. He put them on his shoulder, but he didn't put them on his shoulders because he
Kobe's one of
had
the top 5 Lakers
exactly.
of all time. Paul Pierce is not one of the top 5
I'm
Celtics
not,
of all time.
I'm not saying as far as
I know what you're
If
saying.
not the greatest Laker.
as
If
far
not
as
the-
far as okay, Bird was okay.
Bird is
Paul
the-
Pierce
Bird's
is
the greatest
Boston's
Laker. Bird
Bird.
is
What
something.
Bird was to Boston.
I'm sorry.
Paul Pierce was what Bird was to Boston, just modern day.
No.
How you figure that?
Not even
Hell no.
How you figure that?
People who
Well,
follow
then-
Bird.
well, then,
you follow
okay.
Bird. Bird was a cult.
Larry Legend?
Okay, well then put it. Okay, well then Paul Pierce was Boston's Kobe then.
Kobe was top 5 in the organization's history,
Okay,
if not
true.
the greatest.
Okay, true. Okay, true. But you can't. All right.
Paul
You
was
know,
a great. He was a great, but Paul.
I mean, Paul
one championship in your great year. So don't come here talking about you don't want this, you don't want this. We're going to salute this young man on the night of his last night here. If you don't like it, don't show up. We don't have to retire. You're getting your jersey retired in the garden.
But why would you show somebody else's
Because we want to, and we're the bosses.
Because Isaiah Thomas Thomas asked for them not to. He wanted them to show it when he was going to actually play.
And his family was there to enjoy. Isaiah Thomas has nothing to do with this. This is Boston's organization's decision, period. And as they're the bosses, whether you like it or not, Paul, do you not want your jersey retired? Take a pic.
We can just put it up there and not do anything about it.
So you sit there and you take it. We're going to show this man this little 15-second
tribute
to him.
And that's
God,
my thing.
Get
It's
off
not
the
that
ego.
long.
He got a problem with LeBron. Paul has his issues.
Yeah.
He said KD was the best scorer ever. Negative.
Yeah.
What are you talking about, Paul? LeBron's this. Paul, you had a vendetta?
Paul
I'm
has.
starting to question. I liked Paul when he played. And Paul was a great.
Was the truth.
Yeah, he was.
It was the truth.
He wasn't no Kobe.
Slow and effective.
He wasn't no Kobe. He wasn't no LeBron. He wasn't no KD.
True. Even at his prime.
He might be Boston's Glenn Rice to Miami.
That ain't right, man. That's not right.
You
man.
might be Boston's Alonzo Mourning.
Okay, that I'll say. Alonzo Mourning. I'll give you that. Boston's Alonzo Mourning. I'll give you that.
Boston's
And that's a stretch.
Boston's Alonzo Mourning?
He is what Alonzo Mourning was to the Heat.
Yes. And Alonzo Mourning he needs a statue out front of American Airlines. That's all I'm going to say. You disagree? Who else deserves that? Okay, maybe Dwayne Wade.
Maybe.
Okay, I was about to say maybe.
But listen
Shaq.
But listen what I'm saying, though.
Yeah.
Wade left. Zoe, from the beginning to the end.
Wade was better than Zoe, though. You know.
Thank you.
But
And
different
Zoe started in
It's
Charlotte.
different eras, too.
It was.
And Zoe started in Charlotte.
Zoe was loyal, and Zoe got his $100 million.
But he was loyal. Exactly. He was loyal.
He was
He's
loyal
still
'cause he got
loyal
his
to the
money.
Heat.
He got his
Okay,
money.
true.
But he got his money.
True. I think
Wade
Wade
sacrificed.
Okay, well, in that
go back.
case-
If you see Wade's face last night when LeBron was chewing his team out,
he
Wade
just
was
said
just like, I ain't have to deal with this in Miami.
I mean,
It was all over his
he
face.
should have went to Golden State.
Ooh.
Duh.
Ooh.
San Antonio.
Whoop.
Watch
San
him.
Antonio definitely could have used Wade,
Watch him.
Whoop.
especially with a Kawhi out. That would have been a great addition.
What the hell was that?
Your mother.
Speaking of what the hell was that? Our fearless leader is Commander Guy, Mr. Orange, the biggest fan in Syracuse Nation, has disparaged another group of people and has disparaged nations at this point now with his rhetoric and his decision making. I'll say this for folks that don't know what I'm talking about. President Trump
How do you not know?
called Haiti and other African or sub-Saharan countries and continents
Ain't it though?
S-hole, sugar honey iced tea hole countries.
Honey iced tea. Now, that's the first time I've heard that.
That's the first time you ever heard that?
Absolutely. Sugar honey iced tea. I like that.
And
Trademark
when
infringement?
questioned about it, the man
Sugar
clearly
iced tea.
said, "Well, why do we have to bring them in? Why can't we go get folks from Norway or some more Asians?" It's almost offensive for him to say, "Why can't we get more Asians in here?"
About everything that man said about
It's
him.
offensive.
Yeah.
But here's what I don't understand: people are defending him.
Come on, man.
They're defending him saying something like that.
No, brainwashing is for real.
Yeah, there's got to be, or that pocket is thick.
Brainwashing is for real now. You know, we are as a people still brainwashed in some areas, so it's just conditioning. I mean, Donald Trump is America.
I mean, did we not know that the modern day slave mentality was still here?
Oh no, I agree.
I know what you're saying, but it's just hard to fathom.
It makes
you
no sense.
defending him. To each his own. I didn't know about it until this morning. Obviously, I don't watch too much TV, with the exception of some sports from time to time. And I saw it this morning when I was, working out, and I was like, "What happened?" I really don't. Everything he does is a distraction from something else, something real.
Mm-hmm.
Everything, it's something like this is a distraction from something, in my opinion. What are you trying to distract us from now?
That's going on.
Something going on, and you want to throw this out there, stir the pot, cause an uproar. You don't care. And I even tweeted that. I said, man, stay prayed up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because this man don't care what comes out his mouth. As long as he got the bigger button, it don't matter.
And it
So-
is right after more proof of Russian commitments that he has.
It's coming. It's just a matter of when.
Yeah.
Stay prayed up.
Yeah.
Because right now, I mean, you're asking for it. You're just asking for it. It's people, if you travel that don't already like Americans because we're perceived to be arrogant because we're a superpower and majority is rich and blah, 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 you're going to make people not like you even more.
Yeah, I agree. Right. So let me ask this question. Oprah's talking about running for president 2020. Agree, disagree?
JP?
Disagree.
Why not? I mean, if she wanted to, if he can get any office, anybody can. Now, you might say, we need somebody with some political background. If he can get in there, why not?
I'll say this. I think we're to the point now where we need to have a female in office.
Oh.
But
That's
I
a
will
stance.
say it needs to be because it gives us that freshness at the same time. But we need someone in there that has political experience, that knows how to deal with other countries and knows how to handle things without putting us inches away from a nuclear war. Which the joke is always the thing of, well, no one's going to want to aggravate a female that's a president because then she could just blow them up with a click of a button.
Don't start all that.
It's sexist. That's not what it's about. I think we need a different kind of rationale. We need a different kind of intuition. It's time for something fresh, but we need, and I'm not saying not Hillary Clinton by any means. I do not like Hillary Clinton.
I'll tell you who I'll back, but
And
go
not
ahead,
Condoleezza Rice.
Black delegation.
Who you got, JP? I'm curious.
Who you think?
Well, first of all, let me say why I disagree. I disagree because let's do a comparison. Oprah Winfrey, probably top 5 richest people, Forbes list person, But let's go beyond the money.
Not even close.
Let's talk about this lady gave everybody in her studio audience a car.
But that's got nothing to do with running a country.
Let me finish. The lady's reputation in the community, in celebrity, and everything else is maybe second to none. Why would you risk damaging that for a presidency? Look at it this way. Before Donald Trump even considered being a president, he was sitting there taking pictures with Oprah Winfrey. He was basically Democrat, if you really think about it. Because he said it before. He was Democrat and was going to run Democrat, and then he switched. So he was Democrat before. This man was being cheered, having the most popular reality show on TV, be the Celebrity Apprentice and the Regular Apprentice. This man was being cheered on TV for shaving Vince McMahon's head. All wrestling fans, go back and do your research.
He's in the WWE Hall of Fame.
WWE Hall of Fame. So apparently he had did something good. Now he's been put in this presidency and has flipped his whole thing to a prolific bad guy. Now, if you ask me, make Michelle run for president and have Oprah as her running mate. That way all the pressure ain't on Oprah. Plus, you have somebody in there that has some kind of political experience. Your husband was just in there, so you had to learn something.
Well, it gives you get a good balance too.
Absolutely,
you get a political side, but you still get
and then you get a side where you can see it from celebrity.
The struggle as well, because Oprah came from nothing.
Right, and right now we're in a situation where you have a celebrity with no experience. Now, if you want to do Michelle Oprah 2020, you have the experience and the celebrity side. There's where your balance kicks in. Of course, if Michelle runs and wins, all the decisions are going to be on her. But it's going to be a whole different experience there. That's why I keep trying to emphasize how we put somebody in office with no political experience.
But
that kills me.
There's no way in 2018 or 2020 when we get there, and hopefully, God willing, things have changed that much by then. But there is no way. And I mean, no way America's gonna put 2 black folks in the office. Let's just be honest.
Joe Biden was black. You gotta ask me.
Joe Biden got a ticket to the picnic. He got a ticket to the barbecue.
If you got a ticket, then you part of it. It's in you.
He got a ticket to the barbecue, but you're talking about putting 2 strong black women in.
At this point, that's what we need.
I don't disagree. I just don't see it happening. Not in today's America.
And even if Oprah runs and wins, people are going to say, okay, well, JP, you said you don't see how somebody with no political experience could be in office. The difference is Oprah can relate to the people. She know what the people want. Donald Trump has absolutely no idea how to deal with people or what they want. They don't want the needs. Look at what he's talking about, these people who suffered these hurricanes on these islands. These people still don't have power. These people still don't have houses, and he ain't sending no help. He don't know how to deal and relate to these people because he's been at the top all his life. Silver spoon Shane McMahon type. It's always been given and handed to him. He never had to work for anything. So he don't know how to relate to us.
And the murder rate going up, too.
And the murder rate is going up because people don't know how to act out here.
They will survive. They will try their best to survive, period, point blank. And I'm on the Forbes top richest, and I'm not gotten to Oprah yet. I know Donald Trump is 3.5.
I know Oprah's like 2.8 or something like that.
3.5 billion, and that's down in the 500s.
Oh, God. Okay.
Wow.
So, you know, it starts with...
I guess I wasn't thinking about overseas people either.
No.
Okay.
It starts with your boy. Y'all know who I'm talking about.
She's probably in America, probably one of the top 5.
Yeah,
Without
in
a doubt.
America, maybe, yeah.
Bill Gates is worth $86 billion.
And he ain't even here no more.
Warren Buffett, $75 billion.
No, Bill Gates is still here.
Who was the
You're
one
killing
that...
people on the
Who
air,
was the
man.
one
What's
that...
this
Oh,
going
Bill
on?
Gates is
He
Microsoft.
probably going to freeze himself.
Bill Gates is Microsoft, right?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
working
yeah,
on a
cashing.
clone right now. He working on a clone
Yeah. Oh, Bill.
cyborg.
My
all
bad.
that.
Bill Gates dies, we'd never know.
My bad.
We would never know.
Facebook boy, $56 billion.
Transcendence. He'd be in every.
Yeah, but that's the way I see it. You know, you can run if you're a celebrity, but at least have some people sense about you. At least know where the needs
And that's
need
what's
to be.
the call for Oprah. It's the call of right now. We want somebody that's a little bit more sensitive to what's going on.
And Oprah played it right because if we remember that speech that Obama gave in 2008, I believe, and got the people all riled up and everything, and it kind of like switched the momentum of how people wanted to vote.
Talk about the Yes We Can speech.
Was it? I think it was that one. The Yes We Can speech. That might as well have been Oprah's Yes We Can speech right there at the Golden Globes.
And
man.
I don't think she didn't meant it to be a presidential thing.
No, she didn't.
It's just the people calling for it.
It was a joke that was made, and then everybody started running with it.
Yeah.
Just like the joke about The Rock running. And he's
No,
seriously
I don't-
considering it now.
I don't
Why
know.
wouldn't he?
Mm.
If Ronald Reagan can get in there as an actor,
With no experience.
and Donald Trump followed that up some how many years later, I mean, it's
Yeah, but look at
anybody's game, man.
was
anything's
was
possible.
Reagan a success or a failure?
And once you get to the president,
You're a success
You're
regardless.
quoted a
No, no,
success.
no,
You're
no, I'm
permanently
talking
a
about-
president, even
Whether
if you
you're
leave.
good or bad president is different, but as far
Okay,
as making
good
it
or
to the
bad.
highest office
okay,
in the land,
good or
successful.
bad president.
Depending on who you ask.
It does depend on who you ask. Folks, check it out. There's so many ways to reach us. We're on the air Monday through Friday
had a good president for
on
us.
WQTS Digital Broadcast. You can find us at WQTSradio.com. You
He needs to come back.
You can have you can find us on the TuneIn app. You can find us on www.speakingthemic.com, Facebook Live, and on YouTube. Shout out to our good
Myrtle
friend Ben
Beach
Adams
Facebook?
checking in on Facebook Live.
Whoa.
Ben Adams says
Lorena
on Facebook
Bobbitt
Live
Club?
that he's running for president when he turns 45.
Go ahead,
said
Ben.
that?
You got it.
Ben Adams, Protocol said that.
That protocol.
I'd vote too.
I'd vote. I'd support that.
I'd vote for him.
He'd be hurting a lot.
They
of
make him
feelings.
cut his hair though.
Yes, they would. They'd be like, "Sir, you cannot have dreads and be in the Oval Office."
By that
Oh,
time,
well, I quit. Not cutting
by
my
that
hair.
time, who knows, man?
Yeah, because he's still in his 20s. Yeah, we got time.
Not cutting my hair.
We got
Oh,
time.
well, then the creek don't rise.
Yeah, we got
Boy,
time.
that creek is very high right now.
Oh, that button. Somebody don't slip up and mash that button.
Oh,
That button's there, though, fellas. Be weary.
We're going to see what happens. Folks, don't miss out this weekend. If you guys are in Savannah, in the Coastal Empire, in the Low Country area, make sure you come out to Savannah State University tomorrow
He said not.
for a 4 o'clock, 6 o'clock matchup at Savannah State. As Savannah State hosts Maryland Eastern Shore. It's the first basketball games and conference games hosted for the 2017-2018 seasons at Savannah State. Tickets and more information are on sale now at ssuathletics.com. We want to see you guys out there. Pack out Tiger Arena. It holds 6,000 people. I want to see 6,020 people in there.
Turn up.
Let's make this thing happen. And
Fire Marshal.
yeah, it should be a good time. Also, the Tigers are back in action Monday night as they host Howard University in Tiger Arena. It is MLK Day, so it's a great day to be out and support your local HBCU on Monday. Next Thursday is probably one of the important days of the year. Why? It's my birthday next Thursday, so you guys make sure to tune in. We're going to have a good time on the mix that day as well.
Where we going?
Right here for the mix at 12 at noon on WQTS Digital Broadcast. But yeah, looking forward to a lot of success here in the future. Hope everybody has a great weekend. We got about 90 seconds left on the air. And hope everybody's enjoyed today's show. Right here from the beautiful city of Savannah, Georgia. We sent from Savannah to Raleigh and then all over the country. And it's going to be a good time this weekend. Looking forward to it. JP, where you at? You at Elon this weekend?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Friday, Saturday. Let's go. Squinto, holla at your boy, man. See you Saturday.
Squint.
Shut up.
Squint.
Shut up, dummy.
Hey, Squinto, Pinto.
Hey, Squinto.
Come on,
Is he a
Squinto, what's happening?
SpongeBob character?
No, man. It's like. See y'all on Monday.
Make sure you disinfect that mic.
Shut up,
over
bud.
Shut up,
Hey,
dummy.
disinfect that mic over there.
Hey, you know what? You shut.
Shout out to our good friend Mark Edis. He's a free agent now, also known as Shark, voice of the Savannah Bananas. Hope everything's going well for you, good sir. We'll see you soon with the Bananas. Till then, folks, it's been the Sean Brown Show on WQTS. Peace, love, and chicken grease. See y'all on Monday.
Stop sniffing. Stop sniffing in the mic.
Hey, sniff these.
What the hell was that?
Listen, SB with the truth, it might pierce your mind. And JP hit you with reality on the time. The way to keep it all the way 100, it should be a crime. Sports, news, politics, on the show you will find. Conversation grown, opinions they not alone. Savannah be the home, they coming straight for your dome. It is what it is, gonna be what it's gonna be. You are rocking with the Sean Brown Show with JP.
We're going to let y'all go, but before we go, Summer Neal,
Yeah.
I got something for you. Don't worry. Peace, love. We'll see y'all on Monday.
Summer Neal, make her put a hat on.
Hey, shut up.
Your future looks bright.
Hey, come on. Do something.